What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know you guys are not used to seeing me on a Tuesday afternoon, but I am here. Before we start this video, I want to say if you missed the video that was uploaded with Michaela and I early this morning, please go check that out. Also, make sure you watch the video that I uploaded yesterday, which is my first ever Storytime Theater. So look forward to that in the future. Make sure y'all go check those two videos out. So in this video, as the title says, Jussie Smollett has all 16 charges dropped against him. And, you know, we found out this morning, you know, I was on Instagram and someone tagged me in a post. When I go look instantly to Twitter, I see that Jussie Smollett is trending. Then I get a notification on my phone and I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Like, this is real. This is not a fake headline, because I thought it was a fake headline that all charges against Jussie Smollett was dropped. And so I'm turned to CNN. They have Ryan Young talking about the whole situation. He had got a tip saying that they need to get to the courthouse because the charges are being dropped. He was saying that he wasn't sure if it was true or not and stuff like that. Well, we found out that it was true. And Jussie Smollett's lawyer, she gave a little press conference. Then Jussie spoke at the press conference. Let me just tell y'all, the whole thing is just fishy to me. Everything about it was fishy. The press conference was fishy. The charges being dropped is fishy. All of it is fishy. Even with the Chicago Police Department releasing stuff, like we would find out every couple days or so new information. So stuff was leaking from the police department, and this story that Jussie said happened to him was just not adding up. And, you know, now it just seems like Jussie is free, and it's like whatever happened these past 6 to 7 weeks, none of this ever happened because all the charges are, you know, wiped away. And, you know, we found out that through the state attorney's office that there was no plea deal, but he did do community service and that he won't get his $10,000 bond back. So if he's not getting that back, you know, a lot of people saying, well, he's not in the clear. And what I'm thinking, like, okay, well, what is going to happen? What's going to happen with the police department? What's going to happen with the Asandario brothers, the two Nigerian brothers who attacked Jussie? Jussie. Like, what's going to happen? Will they be charged with anything? And, you know, we were still just wondering, like, well, what the hell is going to happen? So then we hear from Chicago Superintendent Eddie, why do I want to say Eddie Winslow? Eddie Johnson, and the Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel. And they seemed upset and that they had these, you know, charges against him, and they said that they talked to the grand jury, or they presented the evidence to the grand jury, and they decided to, you know, prosecute him for these 16 charges. I believe they were saying he could spend up to 65 years in jail. I didn't think he was going to get any of that. I thought maybe he would get a couple months in jail, but not all of that stuff. So, you know, I just want to say that I feel conflicted because I do feel that Jussie, this was a hoax. I do feel it was a hoax. But I don't feel sorry for the police department. Maybe this is a real case that they had. They had all the evidence that showed Jussie lied. But you just can't, with the way these police departments be, the police be killing people, and the way the departments be defending these officers and all of that stuff. I mean, I could go on and on and on about how justice has not been served. And, you know, these cops get off by just saying, like, oh, I fear for my life. And you don't never hear them speak out on anything or about their police departments. So it's hard to feel sorry for the police because Jussie got off. I feel like, yes, somebody pulled some string somewhere and Jussie is free. Like, again, this is like this never happened. But his image is forever tarnished. I don't think you could just say, oh, I could go back to my life and I want to go get back to work and I want to get back to acting. It doesn't work that way. Your image is tarnished. So, you know, I just feel like he's still guilty. A lot of people are going to say that he's innocent and that they tried to put this case against him. You can't trust the Chicago Police Department. I just, I'm not feeling it. If the brothers are not going to be charged with anything, not with a hate crime, and Jussie is not going to be charged with lying, this is just, it's just done and it's over with. And this was a waste of all of our time. This was a waste of all the police work that they did investigating what happened to Jussie. It's just all a waste of time, and this is all just some bullshit, in my opinion. It's not even worth me getting on camera and breaking down the timeline, starting on January 29th, and then we found out that he wouldn't give up his phone, and then they got the phone, but the stuff was redacted, and then he goes on to Robin Roberts and talk, and then the next day we find out that he was lying from the Chicago superintendent, and then, you know, he's booked on charges, he's taking pictures, all of that stuff, and then we find out that the grand jury decided to charge Jussie Smollett with 16 counts. It's like all of this is for nothing. All of this is for nothing. So it's just going to be basically, you know, Jussie's going to be in a court of a public opinion for the rest of his life. You know, this is going to happen, because it's always going to be, remember that time Jussie said he was attacked. And I just want to say some things about what the police department was saying, that if you're a victim of a hate crime, or if you're a victim of a racist crime, they won't be believed. You need to believe them, period, because you are the law, and you need to help corroborate their story by getting evidence and supporting whatever they tell you. You know, do the research and help them find whoever attacked someone. You shouldn't just say, oh, well, because Jussie Smollett lied, that means you're lying and saying you were attacked. Y'all think, you know, it's just crazy to me with all of this going on. I was trying to wait for Mikhail. He didn't call me back. I don't even think he knew why I called him, but I just said, I just have to get on camera and I just have to say what's on my mind. I don't like, and a lot of people, you know, they have their opinion, and I value, or not value, should I say. You know, I like to hear everyone's opinion. So I definitely want to know, what's your opinion on this whole situation? Do you think Jussie did it but he got off? Do you think that the state attorney pulled some strings to get Jussie off? Like, what do you think happened? Because, you know, he doesn't have to admit guilt. It's basically, you know, the records are sealed. Whatever evidence they had, they're sealed. The state attorney also, she recused herself, so you had someone else taking over, and he was saying that Jussie really wasn't exonerated. So it's like, oh my God, well, why did y'all let him off? And basically, he's a good guy, and he did this for the community, he worked in that community, this and that. It's like, okay, you can lie, and because you've never been in major trouble before, we'll just let you go. Like, no, you don't do that. There needs to be some punishment somewhere. But there will not be no punishment in this at all. There won't be any punishment. So I want to know from y'all, how do y'all feel about this situation? I mean, Jussie has been written off the final 2 episodes of Empire. There's been rumors that there's been, not rumblings, but, you know, like, it's been tension on the set because half feel that he lied and the other half feel like he told the truth. We heard rumors about Terrence Howard getting into it with Jussie, but then he goes on social media and defend him. We have been hearing so much. Of course, we've been hearing that, oh, his career is never going to be the same. And no, it's not going to be the same. I don't know. Like, you know, I do feel that anybody can overcome a situation, a bad situation, and that forgiveness should be given, but there's nothing to forgive now. There's nothing. We're supposed to just act like none of this has never happened, and I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could. Who is that?
What, I scared you?
Oh, no, you didn't scare me. Well, hello. I'm just talking to the camera. I'm talking about
I heard you talking. I thought you was on the phone.
No. Oh, no. Hey, well, come on in. Come on into Downey. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, okay.
So basically, I'm just saying, like...
Oh, you recording?
Yeah. Come on, have a seat.
Oh. Okay.
I'll slide over. It's not cold in here. It's actually hot.
I'm cold.
I'm sweating.
I'm cold again.
Oh. Okay. So, I'll give you the rundown. Did you hear about, I know you heard about what happened.
With who?
Jussie Smollett. And all the charges being dropped.
Yeah, well, I was asleep all day.
Yeah.
But I saw it when
I called you, I texted you.
Well, did I answer?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
No, you didn't. Don't try me.
Okay.
So,
And your text had nothing to do with Jussie Smollett.
no, but did you see the email that I sent you?
I didn't read the whole thing because I was like still sleeping.
So we're gonna start this over.
You just started?
No, I started like 10 minutes ago. Cause
Why don't you
I
guys
was
start
like,
over? I just came in. I interrupted you, so keep talking.
no, I just feel like okay, we're supposed to just act like none of this has never happened. Basically, it's kind of like a boxing match, or I'll probably say UFC. Someone gets into a fight, somebody wins, and then they get drug tested and find out, oh, well, because he tested positive for a drug or like marijuana or something, this match never happened. It's a no contest. And that's how I feel this is what happened with Jussie Smollett. With the case being sealed off, with the state attorney's office, letting Jussie Smollett go, and he's not being charged with anything. It's like his record is being swiped clean. None of this has happened. And Jussie think that he could just go back to his life like nothing has ever happened. Like, okay, I'm going back on Empire. I'm going to get these jobs. I'm going to be performing at these shows. Like, you are, to me, you are guilty in the court of public opinion. Some people will vouch for you. Some people won't. I'm going to be one of the people that think you're guilty. I think that you are guilty. And the Chicago Police Department, they're over it. But I can't feel bad for the Chicago Police Department because there have been so many cases where these police officers kill our people and they get off, and y'all don't have that same animosity towards your officers like y'all have against Jussie Smollett. Now I understand that, yeah, he made the city of Chicago look bad by allegedly making this crime up. But what about how the police department cover up for their men in that police department? And the prosecutor has so much evidence against the officers, and all they have to do is say, "Oh, I fear for my life," and then nothing else happens. And that's not just in the Chicago Police Department. That's police departments all across America where this happens. So it's hard to feel bad that someone had enough power, money, fame to beat you guys, because that's exactly what happened. The person that took over for the state attorney, she recused herself. Yeah. But the person that took over was saying that all he had to do was community service, or he did community service, and he won't be getting back his $10,000 bond that he used to get out. But he said that he's not exonerated. So if you're saying he's not exonerated,
then why does he have to do community service if the charges? Well, let me go back real quick.
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with you on the aspect of you're guilty with public opinion, because you know how I feel. I think he's guilty.
Yeah,
I think
the story didn't add up.
Yeah, the story still don't add up to me. However, if they are dropping these charges for whatever reason, then I got to say, well, they dropping the charges. I can't, you know what I mean? But in my heart, I will not be, oh, he was innocent, I'm sorry. No, I still believe that he's guilty, because there was too much evidence and too many coincidences that just didn't add up.
Yeah,
it
and
just
especially
didn't add up.
when he didn't want to give up his phone.
All
of that stuff.
It
Didn't
add up when the two people that he knew was walking down the same street that he just happened to be getting beat up on. And so that right there alone for me. However, there's a reason why those charges was dropped. And I don't believe they were dropped because he's innocent. I believe they were dropped because, like you said, he's had a great lawyer. He had a great legal team. But I think that people are going to look at this and they're going to, especially Jussie Smollett supporters, they're going to look at this and say, oh, see, I told y'all he was innocent. But to me, this doesn't mean any of that. It doesn't mean that he's innocent. Look at OJ. We all know OJ killed that woman. Yeah. But he wasn't, you know what I mean? But we all know he killed her. Yeah. And got away with it.
Yes, he did.
And just because he got away with it does not mean he's innocent.
Yeah. But we're supposed to treat him like he's innocent.
But we're supposed to treat him like he's innocent.
But we're always going to have that dark cloud over.
Right.
It's always going to be a dark cloud over his head.
Right. Right. Like
So-
for instance, that Chicago, not Chicago. The other day, Will Packard did that Atlanta.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
The Chicago.
Now
Atlanta
I've heard
children.
of this story for years because you know I've seen plenty of documentaries on this. This particular Will Packard one, I wasn't a big fan of it only because I've seen other documentaries in the past that were 10 times better than this.
Oh wow.
The only how this was different, Will Packard's was different from the other one because Will Packard's documentary actually focused on the families of the victims. So you got to hear from the families. The other ones didn't really focus on the families. It mostly focused on the victims and the accused.
So what happened to the black man? They said that he.
Well, he was arrested. Wayne Williams was arrested, but I think he was arrested for only killing the 2 grown men, not all the other children. And I think he's still, I think they tried to put the children on him, but it was too many coincidences too, like with him, because in Will Packard's documentary, one of the little boys who was able to get away from Wayne Williams actually identified him as the guy who had approached him one night or whatever the case may be. But I, in my heart, always believed that Wayne Williams was guilty of that because he just seemed like that type. First of all, for me, we talk about kids in the ghetto in the late 70s and the 80s. Some people were trying to pin it on the Ku Klux Klan, but I'm like, it was too many black kids who were going missing back to back to back. And these black kids were going missing in their own neighborhoods. And it's like, in those days,
And he lived in the neighborhood.
He didn't live in the neighborhood, but he was black. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, it's easier for a black person to blend into a black neighborhood than it is for a white person. And then for a white person to kidnap all these kids, you know what I mean? So I'm like, no, this had to have been somebody that these kids either knew or trusted because that person looked like them. And I just always felt like Wayne Williams was innocent. Now, I think Wayne Williams was, they found him guilty on killing those men, but I don't think they found him guilty, and I could be wrong, but I don't think they found him guilty on killing those kids. But it doesn't mean he didn't kill those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean he didn't do it. And I feel the same way like this situation with Jussie. It's like, listen, they said they dropped the charges, good for Jussie, but I still don't believe he's innocent.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah, everybody else like he is vindicated. I'm like, he's not vindicated.
Right. It's like Donald Trump was just, but we all know Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I mean, it's nothing else to decipher or break down, or discuss. I do hope that maybe Jussie can get his career back on track. Like I said before, I figured he would. I thought that he would get like maybe a couple months, and we both thought that a couple months jail time, and then that's it. But it's like, okay, he is free to go. But how do you go back to the set? How do you think other directors will think of you, or casting directors, or will they pick you to be in their film? I think and yes, he has been great with the gay community, and I've always seen him in the gay community and volunteering. First time I seen him in a movie was a Patrick Ian Polk film. So, I just disagree with some people when they feel like, oh, he's vindicated, he's free. Like, I'm just like, no, because he's guilty. That's just how I feel about it. But I'm happy that he's free to go and that he can attempt to get his career back on track. I don't know what he's going to say in interviews, but when he just said, like, oh, if I'm my mother's son, I would never do nothing like that, I didn't believe him.
Who said that? Jussie Smollett?
Yes, he did. He said that today in a press conference. I just didn't believe him. It just here goes the acting. It looked like he wanted to cry, but the tears didn't come. I don't know. But we're going to find out because they done leaked the emails from Kim Fox, who is the state attorney, who is overseeing, who recused herself. We're going to find out, but definitely strings were pulled to get him off. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what I say because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. And it's just going to
you probably are.
Yeah. So it's going to be, again, some people will find him guilty and some will find him innocent in a court of public opinion. Yeah. For me, he's guilty. For us, he's guilty. Yeah. But that don't mean that you can walk up to him and disrespect him and all this and that because of what you think. Yeah. But I do think that he did put a black eye on the gay community.
I don't think so, though.
Being
I really
attacked.
don't. I don't think so because I think so. I think that, first of all, The reason why I don't think so is because I feel like even though there are a bunch of... All right, let me just say this. I feel like with Jussie Smollett, there were more gay people, I feel like, supporting him that were against this whole... who thought that he was...
In the beginning, we all were for him. And then when the shit didn't look right...
But I think that now, maybe because I'm not looking at it like that, because I feel like, I don't think he put a stain on the gay community. I think he put a stain on himself. And it just so happens that he just happens to be gay.
Okay, so I don't know, but I think... I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I think, like, let's say the next gay celebrity something happened to them. Oh, they could be lying, or we're going to go back. Or remember when Jussie Smollett lied 5 years ago?
But what is that? But what about a black celebrity? Because he's black and gay, so do we say that for a black celebrity who may get attacked?
We could. We might look at it that way, and then it's going to be...
Because I don't think he put a stain on the gay community. I don't think the gay community was affected.
But
like, the gay community...
If somebody says something happened to them, I do believe that they should be believed.
Yeah.
Just like we.
But I love the fact that the gay community... There were some in the gay community who did call Jussie Smollett out.
Yeah.
And didn't just fully jump on that bandwagon. I do like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know if I would say that he put a stain on him. I mean, Jussie Smollett, to me, other than the fact that, I look at Jussie Smollett kind of like Frank Ocean. Other than the fact that they're celebrities who came out and said that they're gay, what else do they really, really do in the gay community?
Well, I know that Jussie is more active.
Well, he is more active.
Definitely.
Well, he's more active visually. That's not to say that Frank Ocean isn't active.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of celebrities who are active behind the scenes. But I'm just saying, like, when I think of gay celebrities, when I think of gay celebrity activists, I definitely don't think of Jussie Smollett. I think of Tyler Perry.
Oh my God! No, I don't think of Tyler Perry. You're trying it. You're really trying it.
That's a cute calendar.
Thank you. My bank gets them out every year. I don't know what else to say, you guys. That's our opinion on the situation. Not unless Jussie decides to do another interview. I think he's going to go silent this summer.
I hope he doesn't do another interview.
I just want him to chill. But what about for the...
I just hope he doesn't.
Is Empire going to get a new season? Like,
okay, so somebody was in the barbershop that I was in on Saturday saying apparently he works with Empire, whatever, and apparently he's somebody who works with them because all the barbers knew who he was, and as soon as he came in, they were asking about this whole Jussie Smollett thing.
Oh my God.
So he came in there and he said that he was totally against Jussie Smollett, and he said that the whole production people...
I was just talking about that. I was talking about...
He said the whole team, production people were over him, and he said that it was just a whole big thing, and he said that Jussie Smollett... Do we know that Jussie Smollett is not going to be on Empire? We do know that, right?
For the last 2 episodes.
Right, because that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. He said for the last 2 episodes he won't be on it because the previous episodes were already shot, but these last 2 episodes, whatever the case may be, and they're not going to be on it.
Oh my God, no.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Yep. And that's when I chimed in, and I was like, well, you can't do that because then, you know what I mean? So you can't do that, especially, so yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he said they were over it. He said that everybody, he was like, they were over it because everybody, you know, after stuff started coming out, everybody believed, like, listen, like, and he was...
I think you could have said that. I think you could say it.
But I don't know if I...
Nobody's going to know what barbershop you go to.
No, but I don't know.
Who's watching?
Yeah, well, apparently... apparently...
You can say...
Apparently, Jussie Smollett was not... he was not liked on production, on set of Empire after this whole broke and after stuff started coming out that started pointing towards him. And they wanted to immediately get rid of him. And that is probably still the plan.
That's all you should say.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for stopping.
Yeah, because I was saying earlier, like, some people were for him and then some people were against him.
Yeah.
So, we heard all kinds of stuff when it comes to this Jussie Smollett situation. So yeah, I do believe in redemption for everyone. Everyone deserves redemption. How soon will it come for Jussie? I'm not sure.
Right.
But he eventually deserves it. And if he does stay active in the community or do some things or send some people to college or something, you just never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. Because you know, Becky and Felicity Huffman,
Oh God.
you ain't gonna call them criminals.
And you saw what Dr. Dre did?
Yeah,
posted a picture of his
I
daughter.
heard about him.
Yeah.
They're like, nigga, you done donated $70 million to the same school. That's why your daughter's getting it. But a lot of these people have power. If you black, I mean, I shouldn't say that, and I'm not going to say that. But a lot of them have power. When you're a celebrity, you have a lot of money. And you know, them schools want you, and they want your daughters too. You know, so that's all I'm going to say on that. But, yeah. Anything else you want to add or anything else you want to say?
Is this video solely on Jussie Smollett?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is something you wanted to add?
But not about Jussie Smollett. But if this is solely on Jussie Smollett, then I won't say it.
All right. So we'll be right back. After this message, we'll be right back.
Because I didn't.